welcome to another Dawn of War 2 Retribution Online Commentary video. This is your host, Thonga, as always, and today's game was sent to me by one of my subscribers and viewers, Mortarion. I casted a game of his before, and it was a very exciting game, so I'm expecting great things of this. Don't let me down, Mortarion! I'm expecting many great things of grim darkness and butchery and carnage. Anyway, today's game is played on Angel Gate. Let's have a look at the map and the players here. The map's basically one giant T down the middle. It's very symmetrical down this central highway. The highway of death. Anyway, down south we have two power nodes. So usually you see two players, the middle and the bottom player, doubling up to take south, because in my experience the team that holds both power nodes down south tends to have the technology advantage, and they tend to win the game. In the middle we have the majority of the requisition points, and we have two natural victory points. Usually towards the end of the game you'll have tons of carnage going across back and forth across this narrow space here. Each team has two natural power nodes and two natural rec points. And up north at Angel Gate itself, there's one victory point. Usually you have teams parking a super unit just to guard it. Like I've seen Land Raiders and Terminators and a Great Unclean one just sitting up top here, because people are usually too lazy to move their whole army all the way up north when things are getting really hectic and things are coming down to the ball. Anyway, enough about the map. Let's look at the players here. Here we have Nidbogger playing as the yellow orc war boss. War boss is very tough, crushes cover, cannot take cover, support hero, can be suppressed, can be knocked back and whatnot. And we have the warp spider, teleporting hero, very sneaky, very annoying, can decap all around the map very easily. And we have the tech marine, defensive hero, good at range and good synergy of vehicles, and offers some supporting units, very powerful at range towards the end, especially with the plasma gun and mark target. And the tech marine player is Jake, and we have, I don't know, Kraken, whatever, playing as the warp spider. Anyway, on the red team over here we have Fiend von Vorn playing as the red hive tyrant. We have Mortarion, the player who sent me this, playing as a disgusting plague champion. The hive tyrant, no, I'm getting all mixed up today, I'm sorry, I'm really tired right now. The hive tyrant is a very tough tanky hero, can't take cover, crushes cover, can't be suppressed, can't be knocked back by weapon knockback, only by ability knockback from plasma devastator shots and from a few other abilities, but he's basically very difficult to kill. And the plague marine shoots and moves normally while suppressed, very tough, becomes very potent with upgrades. And we have Superior playing as the orc commando knob, ambush hero, good at melee and ranged, especially with the assassin's knife, can down a tactical model in a single assassinate move. Anyway, let's get things kicked off right here. Alright, frame rates are spiking a bit. It could be the dawn rain on this map. Oh dear, you can just see that hive tyrant knocking over that water tower over. Anyway, this map has tons and tons of garrisons. We surprisingly don't have anyone heading down south. It seems the tech marine player and the warp spider are both doubling up middle, leaving Fiend von... What's up with my frame rate? I bet it's the rain. Alright, that helped a bit. Leaving the Tyranid player free reign of the south, and he's just gonna start capping right here. But it seems everyone is sort of just heading up north, like everyone's capping their own natural rec points, no one really heading for contested points. Usually, this map is actually quite ideal for Tech Marine, because you can stick the Tech Marine in one of these bunkers over here and he can really lay down a hurt. It'll be very difficult to dislodge shooter heroes, but now we have the Tech Marine player heading down south, driving back these Hormagons. Really nothing they can do against these Space Marines over here. And we have some Termagons coming for cap. I don't think these Hormagons will be able to stand up to all this Space Marine range fire here, especially the Tech Marine around. And by the time they get in melee, they're gonna have too little health. These Hormagons, oh no. Down they go. Dead Hormagons. These Termagons need to be careful as well, because they're getting shelled by these Marines, taking terrible damage by all these Marines. Meanwhile, up north we have quite a major engagement going on with two orc players going at it against each other. We have triple sluggers by Nidbogger over here, and we have Superior going for a ranged build, double shooter boys and one slugger boy, but he doesn't have the support, and he was taking on the elder player as well, so he has to get out there. Oh, Orc Commander Knob throwing a stun bomb and stunning all these orcs over here, giving his boys time to retreat while he gets a few extra shots off. Managed to kill one. If he can jump in a tower, there's really nothing any of these guys can do to get except those elder have grenades, but he's gonna have to get out of there. War Spider teleporting to get in a little bit of extra retreat damage. But now things quite grim for the red team, having their natural power bashed over here. But we have Mortarion heading down south. He managed to down a tactical marine model over there, going for double CSMs, and he's just capping down south over here. And we have Superior coming back with his blob of orcs over here. Let's see if we're gonna... Oh, we have double shooters on those orcs, doing so much damage to those shooter boys. Those shooter boys have to get on out of there. Let's see if we have any use of these garrison buildings. This map has so many buildings over here. Makes it so hard to dislodge people from buildings, especially when they start planting weapons teams in there. And I found when I play in this map as Space Marines, you wait. Oh no, Mortarion's hero goes down. Oh dear. Brought down by double tactical marines and the tech marine, doing so much damage to them. And these double Hormagons, unless they get into some cover, they're really not going to stand up toe to toe against these tactical marines. Tactical marines being heavy infantry are so tough to kill. And it looks like we have a major engagement. We had some grenades going off over there. It looks like the Elder managed to spike something. Although I saw someone's boys go down. These guys are the same color, so I can't tell. But these boys have aiming what's that going down on them. So the shooter still managed to get in there and suppress and into melee, so those shooters had to retreat. But now it seems Superior is managing to push off all these guys with support from Mortarion. Mortarion going for triple CSMs. I think we saw him use this build in the last game as well. But Mortarion's hero is in quite a good place right now, and this Hive Time should be able to revive him no problem. But this Hive Time is just big, slow and lumbering, and I don't, it might just get out DPS'd by all these Marines kiting it. Marines not very fast, but they are very tough to kill. If they could jump in those buildings, there's nothing that Hive Time can do. And not that Hive Time is taking dash from base defense, it's going to have to get out then. And Superior is heading up north, going to uncap the contested victory point up here. But it seems the blue team a little ahead on the income. They have, looks like they've had more control of the power and have more power nodes deployed, so their power income is slightly higher, not that much higher, but they are ahead in the resource game. You know, we do have Mortarion engaging all these marines in a slugfest. If he puts worship on, he's gonna win that fight. Yes, he does. And oh, we do have a tech marine coming out. This is such a tech marine biased map. Once we get that turret popping up, it makes it so difficult to dislodge unless you can get jump infantry. If I was Mortarion, I'd actually be rushing these marines in the melee combat right now, but he has his whole ranged blob being suppressed right now, so he's in a bit of trouble. If the Tyranid player can get a flank around and get those spore mines in there, they can really lay down a hurt on that tech marine turret over there. But now this blob is just completely massing and they're all getting suppressed, but the Hive Tyrant doesn't care. The Hive Tyrant is going to walk through that and start massacring that turret. You know, up north, ooh, we did have the Orc Superior does have the sticky bombs, but he missed that sticky bomb bombardment on this Guardian blob over here. But we have aiming what's that getting put on the wall bus, just slowing down his charge over here, but his charge even at what, 1 mile per hour, so managed to knock back all these boys as the Superior being forced back again. Looks like Nidbogger has a... Oh! No! Friendly fire grenades! Oh my goodness me! Oh dear. Those Orc Superior's units were nowhere near that. Why did he do that? And like I said, the spore mines are on top of this turret. The tech marine trying to repair his turret. Oh, the tech marine being suppressed. And this is a dead turret. Mortarion being forced back. I think he took 2 model losses, and this is a dead turret over there. So that's a waste of resources for Jack over there. But he is floating tons of resources. These guys can head on to tier 2 right away. It seems most players are hitting tier 2. Oh, it seems the Tyranid player lost all his forces. That's terrible damage to all his troops over there. Superior trying to get off another volley of grenades, but missing his sticky bombers. There's no way of predicting where those sticky bombers land. And we do have looters coming out. Interesting. Looters are not a very light unit because they reload so often, and don't do that much damage with their machine gun overall, and generally not a very liked unit. Their BB Def Gun is alright, but their twin linked shooter is not the best of weapons, I think. Yeah, unlike the instant suppression of a Chaos Havoc squad, they have the longest setup time of all the setup teams, and yeah. But we do have Jacket popping another turret up here. The majority of the map is blue. Superior has been putting out a tough fight, but not really able to gain much. We're almost knocking out Guardian squad over there. Oh, we're bringing down the Warp Spider as well. It is doing so much damage with this range block, and we do have Mortarion pushing up north of him as well. So this is just a terrifying range block here. Just so much DPS spewing out of this blob over here. And we do have Mortarion getting his Marines to head around the right. Oh, his Marines have to be careful with this. Oh, boom! But oh, the second grenade looks like it's gonna miss, clipping some Marines. But if he slaps Worship on me, he may be able to save some model losses. Yes, he does slap Worship on. And now these Marines are able to tank whatever damage those Guardians can put out, and those Guardians are being frozen. Ooh, and Nidbogger taking so much damage from this range blob over here. But this Commando Norm has to be careful. These Sluggers getting bombed over here, and we have a Slugger Boy squad going down as well. So losses in kind on both sides, but we do have a Wraith Guard coming out. Interesting choice. Wraith Guard can't be suppressed and are very powerful against ranged blobs, but they have to be careful just by the sheer weight of numbers. But we have a trio cap at this point, and Tyrannid players still very behind, just with double Termagant Brutes. Really can't do that much to this heavy bolter turret. Mortarion carrying his team along with Superior right now. His Marines are spreading us out across the map to do some capping, and we do have Superior doing the correct thing, which is gen bashing when he can. Does have his Ludus set up perfectly over here to suppress any incoming orc blob. There's no jump infantry that can punch through, although the Weird Boy may be able to knock back this Leader Boy squad, and Wave Guard can't be suppressed. And we do have triple tactical Marines over here. Jacket just investing everything in turrets, spamming turrets everywhere. So annoying because this, but we do have a Blood Crusher coming up by Mortarion, and that might not be the best of choices given that there's so many tactical Marine squads coming on. He has plenty of power to crank out a missile launcher, but for now this is a dead turret right here. Nothing this turret can do against his Blood Crusher that will be killing it, massacring it. You know, we do have, oh, that Weird Boy doing lots of damage. We do have a clutch of sticky bombers going up, and boom, clipping this Weird Boy, but not doing too much damage. Oh my gosh, these Slugger Boys are taking so much damage from this Dual Boy squad, but we do have the Warp Spider jumping in and getting an excellent flank, and oh, these orcs are in trouble. Superior will be lucky to get out of there. I think he'll get out there just fine, nothing in his retreat path, but he did take a lot of casualties, but inflicted lots of casualties in kind, so great play by Superior despite being outnumbered. Now Mortarion's Blood Crusher paying back for itself just by wiping out all these turrets over here. He really needs to be using this to wipe out these turrets, but it's probably microing somewhere else up north. Needs to be, yes, he's uncapping Blue's natural red point over here, correcting to do damage to the economy, but no missile launches up on these tacks yet, so, but we do have missile launches coming out on two of those tactical Marines, so this could be a dead Blood Crusher over here. The Blood Crusher needs to get out of there. It's snared by the missile launchers and needs to get out of there. Those Marines inside the bunker will be able to hammer it, I think, and these Chaos Space Marines getting really butchered by this time. I'm not sure if Mortarion sees this. These Marines could be going, oh no, those Havocs go down. Oh no, I don't think he realized that tower is there. And this is a dead Blood Crusher, it seems. Oh, trying to kill off the librarian. If he can kill that librarian, that will really be worth the sacrifice. Oh no, so close, so close. But that was the right idea. If he could have assassinated that librarian, that Blood Crusher would have paid back for itself in kind. Now these Chaos Space Marines tying up with these Orc Boys in melee, but Chaos Space Marines very tough, and Worship going down, healing these Chaos Space Marines so they could have tanked that damage. But blue team in a bit of a bad position over here. The Fane is just feeding his Tyrannids into this turret over here. He really needs something bigger. And we do have some grenade spikes. Oh no! Some grenade spikes going up, but unfortunately this Slugger Boy squad managed to get out of there. Superior taking lots of damage, but inflicting lots of damage on all these fragile Guardian squads too. And Mortarion sitting tight in a nice blob over here with all his Chaos Space Marines. If he, I think he knows he's a bit out of position, so he's just gonna get out there. But the red team really needs something bigger if they're gonna unroot the blue team from their fortified positions of the iron. Termagant squads really aren't gonna cut it, and he's already tier 2. You really need something bigger, or some artillery squad that will that can knock out those. Oh my gosh, we did have that War Spider gibbing all these orcs in the bloody chunks over here. Superior must have lost his Slugger Boy squad, I think. But we do have a Havoc squad in this building protecting this gen farm over here. The right idea, driving back that weird boy. And we do have a Shooter Boy squad coming to drive up this Warp Spider Exarch over here. And they're doing tons of DPS and he has to be careful. He's probably going to warp out of there. Not sure if the Elder plays. Yes, he just walks out there just in time and gets out there just fine. Getting the heavy gauge death spinners, which will really cause some havoc on all these guys over here. And we do have deep triple attack marines with a missile launcher squad over here, so that's going to counter any vehicle quite nicely. But if Mortarion gets Zinch bolters on his marines, they will absolutely massacre the triple attack blob over there. Or just get some corn marines, because I really just want to see this Hive Tyrant walk up to this turret and massacre it, because the Hive Tyrant can tank the damage, but he just keeps walking his squads in damage. It's insanity to repeat the same action and expect a different outcome. But he did manage to revive Mortarion's hero finally, but his Fiend went down, it seemed. But no offensive Fiend, but I think Mortarion's play champion would be a wiser choice to have on the field at the moment. I'm surprised Mortarion didn't revive his hero, considering he's floating a considerable amount of wreck. And his hero is only level 1, while the rest of the heroes are already of considerable level. The Tech Marine level 6, surprisingly. Oh, we do have a great sticky bomber clutch going on. Oh my gosh, wiping out tons of these guardians away. But that Commando Knob has to get out of there. Oh, nice warp vomit, throwing back all these orcs over here. But these orcs are a bit outnumbered, gonna have to get out of there. The Shooter Boys are very low, taking damage on the Rave Guard over here. And yep, they get out of there just in time, it seems. Inflicting heavy losses, so Superior really getting ganged up on all the time. This game feels like it's 2 red players against 3 blue players, because Fiend is just feeding his guys into the fray right now. And Mortarion has to be careful, because those missile launchers if those missile launchers get enough shots up, they will be able to bring down this turret, this bunker over here, and Mortarion could lose everything, so he has to be careful. I think he's waiting for his Dreadnought to arrive, but that Dreadnought has to be very careful, because the triple attack marine squads will be a problem, and now these Chaos Space Marines are starting to take damage over here. Oh, we do have a grenade barrage going up. I think melee heretics might have been a wiser choice, considering that. Oh no, Mortarion lost his Havoc squad over here. He probably wasn't watching, taking so much damage from this weird boy. The plasma damaging squad inside. He retreating one of his Chaos Space Marine squads, and he's upgrading to a Zinch, Mark of Zinch Dreadnought. It's missile launcher barrage ability. He will be able to suppress that attack range blob, so good choice. Although hard to see what will come of it. We'll have to wait. We do have another sticky bomber clutch ram. Oh, nice shot! Doing tons of damage to all those orcs, but those orcs are still in the fray. And we do have a Warboss charging. Unfortunately, he got stuck on the power node. Otherwise, he would have smashed into all those orcs. Oh, he did manage to get a final swipe off and knocked out one orc model. But Fiend is in tier 3 right now and still feuding all these tiny Homagons and Termagons and really can't do anything. But I think Mortarion has had enough of this turret, so his Dreadnought's coming to finish his turret off once and for all. But the red team very behind right now, because they just haven't had the southern power nodes, and the blue team is sitting on a lot of resources right now. The power income is very high, and yes, this turret is just getting absolutely massacred by that Zinch Dreadnought over there. But we do have an engagement. The Elder forces are getting a bit pincered right now and taking lots of models, just getting bled of models all the time. Oh, this Guardian squad is in trouble. Those Shooter Boys could follow up with another volley. These Guardians could be in big trouble. Those Heretics being forced back, but tanking those Guardians long enough. And I think, oh, do we have, no, we don't have, oh no, a Guardian squad went down, it seems. Just got absolutely massacred. We did have the special shooter knocking back that Guardian squad, preventing it from retreating. And we have, oh, we do have a raging, and yes, we do have Zinch Marine bolters. Mortarion is really going to wipe up this Librarian. He needs to be careful. Focus fire down the Librarian and finish him off, Mortarion. Kill him! Yes! Down goes the Librarian. Normally I'm quite sympathetic to Space Marine players, because I'm a Space Marine player myself, but I hate Tech Marine turtlers, so it's good to see Mortarion kick some Tech Marine camping butt. And his Zinch Marines just absolutely doing so much damage to all these tactical Marines over here with their missile launchers. The missile launchers are only effective against large targets, like Terminators or Dreadnoughts and what have you. But still no upgrades on his Plague Champion. I'd like to see Mucus Discharge so he can heal his Marines on the fly, and maybe a Power Sword or Plague Fist. Awesome. What happened over here? Did we have rocks come down? We may have had a call in, but must have done some damage. I'm really upset that I missed that. Shucks. But from all the craters and all the loud booming, I am assuming that rocks were called down or something of the sort. I really have no idea. Oh well. I guess you guys will have to live in that ignorance. I can always go back and watch replay. Anyway, we do have some Mortarion with some forces and some bombs coming forward over here. Tank busters jumping in a melee for some reason. Oh dear, this war boss getting knocked back. Oh, we do have knobs on a few of these. Oh, Chaos Space is knocking out this squad of Slugger Boys by Nidbogger over here. So those Slugger Boys going down. Chaos Space means cutting the retreat over there. We do have shooting what's that. Excellent use of shooting what's that, pinning these knob squads, forcing them to pop frenzy, but oh no, orbital bombardment, fall back. Oh no, everything is getting snared by the orbital bombardment. This is terrible for everyone. Both knob squads on either team are getting bombed over there, and oh man, I think Mortarion may have lost a squad there, but his looks like his Dreadnought managed to survive. No, I think his Space Marines managed to survive that. They're very tough. But Nidbogger quite angry with his teammate for that, because he did get his knobs blown up, but unfortunately he didn't take any losses. It just goes to show how tough knobs are. They can take an orbital bombardment to the face and still come out of that. I don't think any squads were killed from that, but it pretty much like broke up the engagement. And now the blue team very behind, 87 to 331, and we do have Jacket B pulling out Predator tank over here. So Mortarion, oh, the Tech Marine did go down. Oh, we do have a counter-effects, but I'm not sure the counter-effects is the right thing to go for with all these missile attacks running around over here. This counter-effects could be in trouble. No, go for the tactical Marine squads. Oh my gosh. And we do have the Predator swinging up north, but has no support. As Zinch Chaos Dreadnought will really be able to lay down the hurt on this Predator if it's not careful. When those tank buses are there, this is a dead Predator. It's not reversing out in time. Oh dear. Wait, it might just get out there. You never know. We do have an Autark coming in as well, but it seems oh, we do have an obnoxious cloud by Mortarion. I think the Predator managed to get out there just in time, but it's running straight into the counter effects. I'm not sure if Fane sees it, but we do have this Plague Cloud chasing all these Marines over here and doing tons of damage to them, but managed to not inflict any more losses. Marines are just so hard to kill. And we do have the counter effects knocking out some Brave Guard over here, but this counter effects is in a bit of trouble over here. Oh, we do have these Guardians getting, and Wars are getting pincered by all these Orcs over here, getting smashed to bits by Orcs, but this thrown back counter effects is in a lot of trouble. We do have Knobs coming on the field and is getting hammered by this Predator. Those Knobs are really able to mess up this counter effects, and is not getting out of there in a hurry, and this is a dead counter effects. Oh, those tank buses did manage to knock out the Predator, so tit for tat. Great play by Superior and Mortarion overall. Very good play considering they've been outnumbered in almost every engagement. But this tank buster squad needs to be careful. They are getting tied up by these knobs. You can just see the damage those knobs are doing. But I think they might get out of there just fine. And Mortarion's knobs retreating as well, taking lots of damage from his also. But Mortarion is there to cover his allies' retreat. So Mortarion and Superior working very well together in this game. So something went down. His poor Plague Champion, his level 2 Plague Champion is so squishy. He doesn't stand a chance against anything unless you slap some upgrades on it. But we do have Jacket B. He did lose his scout somewhere. Both teams taking lots of losses over here, and Mortarion tanking it out with the Orc player over here. We have a nice grenade barrage going off, but it missed everything, and oh no, the Looter squad did go down to that Knob squad, so that was unfortunate. I think they must have popped frenzy. Oh no, we have double Knob squads. Double Knob squads, so difficult to handle, and Knob squads under War Boss will be more powerful due to the globals and the Orc War versus buffs in general compared to the Commando Knob. The Commando Knob can't buff his army in the same manner that the War Boss can. The Commando Knob is more of an independent hero, not much support on his side. But I'm not sure why Nidbogger fell back, but his squads were quite low on health. So probably doing that just to prevent any model losses. But we do have this Chaos Dreadnought. walking up north. Has to be careful of this wave guard over here, but we do have some support coming from the south up this highway of death over here. All these tank buses. Tank buses not entirely useful against all this infantry. The rocket barrages are quite useful, so we'll have to see. By this, Dreadnought could be in trouble. We do have this war boss with his power claw that does heavy melee. This Dreadnought is in big trouble. I don't think this Dreadnought is getting out of there in a hurry. And one more hit by the war boss, and boom, down goes that Dreadnought. Now these what do we have here? Oh, is this a vulnerable Dreadnought? Yes, we do have a vulnerable Dreadnought by Jacket B. But there's lots of anti-vehicle on the field, so this vulnerable Dreadnought has to be careful. This Nob squad tearing it up against this war boss taking on the Nob. Superior's Nob squad over here. He might lose a model here. And this Nob squad just needs to get out there. And saved by the weird boy who knocked back the war boss. Now Mortarion covering the retreat of his ally again, but these chaos space marines need to be very careful. This war boss is just so tough, and with every swipe of his power claw he'll be able to down a heretic model, or with 1 or 2 swipes down a CSM model as well. But we do have the commando Nob being sneaky and ninja capping over here. And once again, Fane level at tier 3, not sure if he's saving up for something big, maybe a Swarm, but really not doing that much. Mortarion, his play champion's alive again, but no upgrades, so he's essentially just a glorified CSM squad, no upgrades. And we do have a good power bash going off on the red team over here. But red team in a dire situation of only 23 victory points. I'm not sure if they can pull out of this. They do have both victory points over here, but this victory point is not in a defensible position over here unless they can focus their efforts down south. This Dreadnought taking a lot of damage from all this ranged fire from this tank buster squad, so probably gonna get on out of there, but yeah, it's using his charge ability to get on out of there, so I think it might escape just fine. But we do have these Guardians moving forward to capture back Blue's natural, so the red team really needs to get up north and quickly, otherwise this game will be slipping from their fingers very, very quickly. And oh, down went attack marine to the Hive Tyrant, surprising, but the Hive Tyrant is actually doing considerably well against these tactical marines. Not sure if Jacket B sees this. He could be microing his Dreadnought. Yeah, down goes the tactical marine squad. He definitely isn't watching right now. Oh no, finish off the tactical marine squad. Oh, but this Hive Tyrant is too low and is retreating out there. But this could be a dead Dreadnought over here. He's trying to take on Commando Nob over here, who was interrupted in his cap. It's just running around, but this Dreadnought could be in big trouble here. Lots of AV on the field over here. A tank buster squad firing rockets into this poor Dreadnought, but is desperately trying to escape over there. And the blue team is coming for enforced with an avatar, but all those Zinch bolts is doing so much damage to the avatar. But it seems full retreat by Mortarion upon seeing the avatar. He is pulling a greater and clean one, and Superior needs to get out of this fray. He has tons of crap in his retreat bomb. Oh, will we see grenades in his retreat bomb? Oh, we do have Foot of Gold coming in. Boom! Ability knockback force. This shooter boy squad might be surprisingly everything survived. And we did have some of Nid Blogger's squads getting given by his own guys with them, but we do have Fiend heading forward for a ninja cap over here, it seems. So seems the red team fighting back with probably gonna get a 3-0 cap right now. Blue team going for the bash red's power again, and Fiend just running some disruption. Really not sure what Fiend is thinking about doing right now. His Hive Tyrant is, yeah, he hasn't pulled out anything super, and he's floating a stupid amount of resources right now. I really don't know why he's... Oh, we do have rocks coming down. Rocks came down probably by Superior doing tons. I'm missing all these globals. I'm so annoyed. Anyway, this avatar is in big trouble. Avatars have super heavy infantry armor, so will be but are very large targets, so will be vulnerable to AV and will be vulnerable to plasma weapons and Inferno. Whereas we do have Wrath of Cain going up but not doing that much damage, and this avatar is in big trouble. Getting tanked by the Gruel. Oh, getting taken on by the Gruel, and here comes the Gruel slashing at this avatar. And this avatar has no support whatsoever. Those Zinch Marines are firing on it. Oh my, and Nidblogger pulling out rocks of his own. Oh, on top of his Superior's whole army. Oh my, he's losing squads left, right, and center. But this is it. Oh, my computer can't take it. And ooh, down goes that Avatar, taken out by the Guo. But Superior taking terrible damage from all those global abilities. But ooh, this is a dead Guardian squad over here. Guardian squad getting absolutely massacred. It is Heretic squad barely getting out there, almost getting nuked to bits by the Wave Guard. But ooh boy, the Guo tanking it out with the Avatar, and now the red team, the blue team, apart from Nid Blocker, actually looking a bit thin-eyed. Jacoby is pulling out all the super units, has Vendred on the field, and has a Land Raider Redeemer on the field as well. And Fiend is gonna lose his squad, but who cares? He is floating such an insane amount of wreck and power at this one. I really don't know what he's doing. He's been playing one of these baby Tyranids the whole game. I really don't know what he's doing. And this weird boy getting, blue team weird boy getting out there. I'm really confused at these color scheme because both these orcs are yellow. So anyway, this Guo just strutting his stuff, but red team very low on the victory points right now, and the other player has lost all his infantry, only has Wraith Guard and putting out a Wraith Lord. Oh, it seems that we do have double Plague Marines by Mortarion. That is an excellent counter for this Land Raider. If we can get those Plague Marines in, they'll really be able to lay down the hurt on this Land Raider. And we do have this great Guo coming in. Will we see a global on top of this whole blob over here? Oh, we do have tank buses wailing in on this Land Raider, and if we can get those Plague Marines going in as well, this Land Raider is in big trouble. So much AV on the field. Oh my, is almost down to half health, just taking so much damage. But this Guo is really getting wailed on by all these knobs over here and taking lots of damage. And we do have an Imperial Abyss going up by Mortarion over here. Let's see if it snares all these knobs over here. I think he may have missed his target over, but he's snaring his own Plague Marines. Oh no, that's terrible. And it seems the Orc knobs managed to get out of there. We do have some knobs flying in, but oh, down went the Land Raider, down went the Guo, and the Guo explodes. Oh my, the Guo explodes right on top of everything as well. But these Plague Marines need to get out of there. Seems that the Abyss did more damage to Mortarion than anything else. But we do have double Carnifexes on the field, so that was what Fiend was waiting for. Double Carnifexes jumping in and a Wraith Lord jumping in. Oh my gosh, this is absolute madness. And this Wraith Lord tearing into all these Plague Marines, popping all these Plague Marines. You do have sticky bombers going up on these Wraith Lord, and now these Plague Marines are wailing in on this Wraith Lord. This Wraith Lord might not be making it out of there. Oh wow, the Carnifex tanking it out with the Vendred. Let's see who comes on top of it. But the Vendred is seriously a beast, unless he can get support from these Plague Marines. But I think the Plague Marines are trying to chase that Wraith Lord, but they're probably a bit too slow. Oh, this Wraith Lord very low on hit points. But oh, looks like the Vendred managed to take out the Carnifex, but now this Vendred's in big trouble. The Plague Marines turning their missiles on it, so this Vendred's in big trouble. Take a couple of missiles, but I think this Vendred might be able to get out of there, just as that is that Wraith Lord. So Plague Marine's a bit too slow, and their snare was reduced in the recent patch, so those vehicles gonna get out of there. But that Land Raider went down, and the only thing really keeping the blue team on the field are double knobs over here. We do have a Mine and Agent going up north over here with some shooter boys. We do have Foot of Goat coming down. We do have another Orbital Bombardment coming down. Seriously? Oh no, this is a dead Tank Buster squad. Level 4 Tank Buster squad. This is gonna get blown to smithereens. Boom! They didn't even get exploded. They just got absolutely melted by the way. And oh boy, this shooter boy squad barely making out there. So both teams taking so many losses, but having roughly equivalent numbers. Mortarion making up the numbers on his team as Nid Blogger is, but his Marines aren't going to be able to stand up to this giant blob of melee orcs over here, so his Marines have to get out of there. He has no counter to this at the moment. The only thing that can stop it would be Superior's double knobs. Oh, this weird, oh, down goes a weird boy. Boom. That was a great win for Superior up north. But we do have, oh my gosh, another Orc Rock Calling. Oh my gosh, doing so much damage to this knob squad. This could be a dead knob squad right here. If another rock lands on them, oh my gosh. But those knobs might be able to make it out there. One knob squad still at full health. And oh, we do have it. Oh wow, a nice Abyss by Mortarion snaring all these Orc knobs, but it seems like the knobs managed to get out there just in time. But they did take a lot of casualties. Oh, this knob desperately trying to escape, but oh, it's just getting tossed about. And oh no, oh, he made it out of there. Oh, what a shame. And his Dreadnought is still strutting his stuff, but it's gonna smack bang in the double knobs, and that This Nob squad very low on hit points. We might have a commando call in right here. Yes, we do have a commando squad being called. They get a Nob leader with his rocket launcher. This is a dead Vengeance right here. At least I think it is. I've said many things have been dead, but he might lose the Orc Nob model. But he really, yes, this Dreadnought is really getting rolled on by all these huge armors over here. And down goes that Vengeance. Retreat now. Yes, that is the correct thing to do. He retreats after he's delivered the kill. I'm not sure what these commandos are doing here. These commandos need to get out of there before they take any more losses. Commandos aren't cheap. And oh my, we do have that Wave Flood went down to this giant engagement over here. We do have Mortarion and Fiend with his counter effects rocking it down over here. Oh, we do have the Technomarine going down. And my oh my, look at the victory points. The blue team has 3 victory points. And they are desperately trying to cap up north. The red, if they cap that point, oh my. Hey, the time ran out. What do you know? Oh, so caught up in it. Oh, shucks. Anyway, wow, what a game. So frantic. Action back and forth at all times. The red team really hung in that, and I really have no idea how they managed to kill like everything that the blue team had. They were so outnumbered. Were a bit behind on the tech race, but really just managed to pull through with some really solid play and heavy casualties on the blue team. So anyway, great play by all players, and hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Keep the replays coming, guys.